Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video as I get ready to do my makeup. So that's why I don't have anything on my face. And that way you guys can get to know me a little bit better. I had you guys ask me questions on my community section on my channel. So I'm going to be answering those questions. Before I get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on fragrance, beauty, self-care, and body care. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? I am so happy to have you here with me, and I appreciate all of the love and the support. With that said, let's get into today's video. All right guys, so I did receive quite a good amount of questions. I hope, well, let me scoot over a little bit. I hope that I can answer all of them. So I'm just going to be getting ready as I answer some questions. So we're just gonna get right into it. So first thing I'm gonna do is just hydrate my lips. I'm using this pretty old Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream. It's a skin protectant, but I like to use it on my lips because it leaves them super hydrated and just feeling really nice. I also already did my brows because I wanted to save a little bit of time. All right, so let's just jump right in. So the first question is, have you always lived in Puerto Rico, or are you there because of military? I am here because my husband is in the military and we are currently stationed here. But I was born here and my husband was born here, so it's kind of bittersweet. We never imagined to be stationed here. It wasn't even one of the places that he had like on his list or anything. It just kind of went down that way. Also, I'm going to be listing the products that I used in the description box. That way I don't keep going back and forth between the questions and the products. So yeah, we are here because of my husband's military job or military career. And we will be leaving Puerto Rico September of next year. So maybe around August, we will be moving to wherever it is that we're going to next. I have no idea where we're going, but we should be finding out pretty soon, I would say. Okay, next question. Is YouTube your full-time job, and what did you do before? So YouTube at the moment has pretty much become a full-time job. I am a stay-at-home mom, and before I got with my husband, I lived in Miami. I was working a property management job, I loved that job so much. So I have been working since I was 15 years old, and I've worked many jobs in my life and different types of jobs. But this property management job was just the job that I just loved the most. And when I started dating my husband, he was in North Carolina and I was in Miami. We knew each other since we were pretty much teenagers. So he was already in the Army in North Carolina, and then we spent a year pretty much in a long distance relationship. And it was just so hard on us because every month we would buy tickets to go see each other. I would go over there, he would go to Miami. He would literally drive, I think it was like 17 hours or something like that, from North Carolina to Orlando. And I would drive from Miami to Orlando just to see each other and spend a weekend together. And it just started getting we just missed each other so much. And he just told me, why don't you just leave everything and come to North Carolina with me? And when he told me that, I thought that he was crazy. I didn't want to leave what I worked so hard for, you know, and I was finally in this job that I felt so good and I was so happy. And it was really hard for me to leave that, to literally become a stay-at-home mom, because I had my oldest daughter, which is from a previous marriage. And then when I went with him, literally like a year later, I got pregnant. So he just told me, stay home if I wanted to. It wasn't like he didn't give me a choice, but he just preferred for me to just stay home and just take a break because he knew that I had been through a lot in my life before getting with him, and he just wanted me to just kind of slow down and just relax. So I just stayed home after that, and then I had my third daughter, and we just figured, since we move around so much and daycare is pretty expensive, it's just kind of smarter for me to stay home with them than to spend money for them to go stay with someone all day long, and I go work, and that money that I'm making, I'm giving it back to daycare. So at the moment right now, we just prefer this. So yeah, that's currently what I do. So YouTube has become my full-time job. I'm super thankful, grateful, happy that I can be with my girls and still do something that just fills my heart with so much joy. So I can't even explain how happy it makes me. So next question is, if you have to choose only one fragrance to wear from now on, what would it be? Those questions always get me because I am not the type of girl to choose one thing ever. Like, that is so hard for me. I did answer this question before, and I think I'm just gonna stick to it because I love the fragrance so much, and it would probably be Elisa Girl of Now. It's one that I don't talk about all the time on my channel, but every single time that I put this fragrance on, I don't know what magic it has, but it is just so beautiful to me, and I just love it so much. So that would probably be the one. And I feel like I can wear that one during the day, at night. I mean, it's pretty versatile, so. All right, next question. Do you love to travel? Which are the countries you have visited and which are on your wish list? That is such a good question. So I would love to travel, and me and my husband we have a few things like on our bucket list, but we currently don't really travel too much because we are pretty much very paranoid parents. We don't like leaving our babies anywhere, and we really just don't want to take them to places where they're going to be tired or just not enjoy themselves. So these last few years, we've pretty much dedicated ourselves to our kids. And now that they're getting a little bit bigger, we are definitely planning a few trips in the future. But I have never actually left the country. I don't even have a passport. So that's something that is really exciting to me. And the number one place, this is going to be like super weird, or not weird, but just not something that you hear all the time. But the place that I would love to go to is Egypt. It's just, I would love to go there and it's every time I see it on TV and I see the pyramids and just how it just blows my mind. And to be there in person, I would just it would be just so amazing. So that would probably be number one on my list, but there's so many places I would love to go to. If I had a choice, I would like to go everywhere because I think that there's just so many places to explore in the world. I just love seeing different cultures, different traditions, trying different foods. Like, all of that to me is just super fun. And the places that I have been to have pretty much just been in the States. I haven't left the country. So I have been here in Puerto Rico. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to different states, but nothing out of the country yet. So maybe if that is something that I do soon, then I'll definitely vlog it and kind of share my experience with you guys, because I would definitely want to have memories of that. Next question. As a shy person, do you still struggle to produce your content, or have you gained confidence by doing it so often? I say kudos to you for consistently breaking your own limitation and putting your own vulnerability out there. Thank you so much. That comment was just super sweet, and you guys know that my shy people out there, I always hold you close to my heart because it has been hard for me. It's something that I just have to push myself to just not worry about what anyone thinks about me, not worry about if I'm not perfect. I'm very, very self-critical, so I criticize myself more than anyone can ever do it to me. So before something is said to me, I probably already thought it because I'm always picking at myself. So this has been, I've done YouTube for many years, I've done vlogging, but this is the first time that I kind of just threw myself in something where I sit down and just talk to the camera. And so I think that YouTube has definitely helped me so much, and each day that I film I get so much more comfortable with the camera, and I just imagine myself talking to those people that leave comments. So those of you who are always talking with me, I just kind of visualize myself talking to you guys, and it just helps me a lot. But when it comes to editing, that's kind of where I have my days where I'm very picky and I start kind of like overthinking everything. This doesn't look right. This looks crazy. My hair doesn't look right. I said this wrong. So that's what I still struggle with. And some days I'm just like, you know, I'm human. If I make a mistake or if I don't look perfect, it's okay. I have to constantly tell me that or tell myself that. But YouTube has definitely helped a lot in that part of my life. And I'm always going to be a shy person. I hate attention. If I'm somewhere and the spotlight is on me, I kind of just shut down. I don't like to be the center of attention. I'm just a very more like laid back person, and my family members are the ones that get to see like my just crazy fun side. And even then I still have my moments where I'm just very quiet. It just depends like who I'm with or what I'm doing. So next question is, what skincare cleanser and moisturizer do you use? Your skin is beautiful. Thank you so much. So at the moment, I'm always changing my skincare products because I'm always trying new things. So, oh my God, let's see. I gotta concentrate. So at the moment, I'm using the Tatcha cleanser. I'm going to put a picture of the cleanser on the screen because I don't remember the exact name of it, but it is working out super well. Tatcha products tend to work really nice on my skin. Definitely not the cleanest eyeliner, but I'm talking, so, oh crap. Okay. For moisturizer, at the moment, I am using the Glow Recipe Plum moisturizer. I literally just opened that one up because I ran out of the other one that I was using. So the one that I was using previous to that was Summer Friday's Cloud Dew Gel Cream, I think is the name. The next question is, your hair is always nice. What's your best hair care tips and products you swear by? Thank you, first of all, so much. And I don't really use too much products on my hair. I just finished getting a pretty much just like a keratin treatment just to help with frizz. But if I don't have a keratin treatment done, I do love the Color Wow. It's like a little, I'm horrible with names, but I will be putting like little pictures of what I'm talking about. But it helps every time that I'm doing, like if I'm going to straighten my hair, it helps a lot with frizz. And I really love the way that it keeps my hair looking really nice. And then if I'm doing like a slick bun or anything like that, and I need something to hold my hair in place, then I would definitely use the Got To Be Glued, the gel and the spray. And I also love Olaplex conditioner. It helps a lot as well if I want my hair to kind of like come back to life. I love using that conditioner. So those are products that I really love. If you could make your own perfume, what is a note you would have in it? Definitely, you guys know that I love almond, so almond would be a no. I also love vanilla. I love bergamot. So those notes to me are just really good. I also love guava. I love guava. So I don't think that those would all combine too well, but something along those lines. Next question is, what fragrances were you and your husband wearing when you first met? So I talk a lot about Gucci Guilty. I met my husband when I was 13 years old because our parents are friends, or pretty much like best friends. So we've known each other since we were kids. But if we're talking about like when we first started dating, then I was wearing Gucci Guilty and he wore two at the time. I can never really say that cologne name, but Issey Miyake. Probably butchering that name, but I'll put the bottle. And then another one was a Lacoste cologne, and those were the two that he was wearing, and I still remember them like if it was yesterday. I am dying to finish up with my eyes because I feel like I can't talk and do them at the same time. If you can eat one thing every day, what would it be? Actually, I am a creature of habit, so I usually eat the same exact things almost every single day. But I love tacos. So that would probably be the one thing. I do love pasta, but I think that that's not something that I would be able to eat every day because you can get a little tired of that. So I would definitely say tacos is my number one. Did you always want kids? I did. I pictured my life with kids ever since I was young. I knew that I always wanted to have a family, and it was just, you know, like this mother instinct that you have. I just feel like I had that from a very young age, and I became a mom at a young age as well. I was 20 years old when I had my first daughter. And do you still dream of being can't remember the English word, partera someday, which is like a labor and delivery nurse, which I had talked about that in my previous Q&A. And I would say that that career is something that is always going to have my interest, and I would have to devote myself to nursing school and everything like that. So at this moment in my life, I don't see that happening, but it's in the back of my mind. And once my girls start school, depending on how life is going, I'll never say never. If I feel the urge to go back to school again, I did get my associate's degree while I was pregnant with my third baby. So if I could do that, and then I finished it while she was a newborn. So if I could do that, I'm pretty sure that I can go back to school if I wanted to. And that would definitely be what I would want to do because I just love anything to do with newborns, pregnancy, motherhood. Just, I love that whole topic. It's very near and dear to my heart. Favorite food, I talked about that previously. So Mexican food, Italian food, Puerto Rican food, those are my favorite foods. My favorite holiday would have to be, I would say Christmas. Yeah, that would probably be my favorite holiday. Favorite color, I don't really have a favorite color like that. I love colors, but favorite colors depending on what we're talking about. For clothing, I'm more of like a nude and black type of color. In life, I love like mauve colors, like a mauve pink, but I don't really have one specific like favorite color. Let's see what else. Best place to visit in Puerto Rico. There's literally so many places that I haven't even been to myself, but I would say the beaches, of course. El Yunque, if you want to go to like a rainforest setting, that is just very beautiful, and you get in touch with nature. You know, you do your own hiking, and it's really nice. And there's still a lot of places that I would like to go to. I'm a mom to 3 girls myself, and I was wondering if your girls share your interest in perfume. I would say yes and no. They're still kind of little, and they will like come up to me and tell me that something smells really good. My oldest is slowly getting into fragrance, but I wouldn't say that they are like at that point where they're like interested in it yet. So yeah, but they definitely do love to come and sniff them, or like if I'm spraying perfume, they'll tell me what they think it smells like because they know that I love fragrance. Okay, next questions. What perfumes are on your wish list? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to my wish list because I do have one in my notes. And currently I have a few BDK perfumes. I have Surgeoff Italica. I have Shiseido Zen is on my wish list. I have Armani Privé, the like turquoise bottle. I put that one on my wish list. I also have Mancera Velvet Vanilla, and is there anything else that I want? And I do want to pick up the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc for this summer. So maybe I'll pick that up soon. I'm not sure yet. Do you have any nostalgic olfactive memories that are significant? Are there any fragrances you used to wear to remind you of these scents and experiences? And Gucci Guilty is the scent that just has the best moments of my life wrapped in that bottle. It also has some tough moments of my life that I went through because it was a very big change in my life around that time, but that was the fragrance that I was wearing. So definitely that scent is just like it just brings back so many memories. If your present life had a scent, fragrance, perfume, what would it be? I would definitely choose La Vie est Belle because life is beautiful at the moment and I am super, super grateful of everything, my family, my husband, my kids, what I'm doing right now on YouTube. I'm just grateful for everything. Are there any notes, accords, scents to which you are allergic, averse, or anosmic? Not allergic to any, and anosmic, I would definitely say Ambroxan does that to me. Notes that I really, really hate I'm starting to realize that I don't like passion fruit. I don't like benzoin, and if it's super heavy in a fragrance, patchouli is still a very hard note for me. It could either be fine or totally hate. What is your experience like living in Puerto Rico? Are you on the east or west side? I'm more towards the east side. My husband's family is from the west side, so we definitely visit there at least once a month. And my experience, I would say, has been a mix of emotions because I've never lived here before. So in the beginning, it was pretty hard to get used to it. And so yeah, it was kind of like a change for me. It was pretty different from what I was used to. But now that I'm getting used to it, I feel like it's getting much easier. I'm enjoying it more. I was terrified of driving when I first got here. Like I would literally get like panic attacks, and my husband would my husband still drives to most places, but now if I have to drive, it's not such a big deal. So yeah, I feel like it's been a really nice experience. My dad lives here, so that's a really positive side to everything is that I did not grow up with my father. So when I was 2 years old, my mom and my dad got a divorce and I went with my mom to Chicago. So I just spent summers with him. I never spent like holidays. I never spent birthdays with my dad. So this is the first time in my life that I'm doing those things now that I am in my 30s. So, and I have a lot of family here. I have grandparents, I have uncles, I have cousins. It's just a lot of family. So yeah, it's been kind of like a mix of emotions, you know? You kind of miss what you're used to. It's just normal for us to miss what we're used to, but then it's been really nice at the same time. Next question, favorite TV show or movies? My favorite TV shows, definitely. All right, let's just go down a list of favorite TV shows. I love Scandal, was one of my favorite TV shows. I love Stranger Things. I cannot wait for the new season to come out. I love American Horror Story because I do love like my suspense and like freaky type of scary TV shows. I love unsolved mysteries. I love anything that has to do with true crime. Currently, I am watching Euphoria, which that show is pretty intense. But we watched the first season when it came out, and then now we're watching the second season. Favorite movies, since I was a kid, Hocus Pocus and Mrs. Doubtfire just stick out on my mind like real quick. Those are my favorite movies. Hello! But then like as an adult, I really, for a really long time, I loved, and it's still one of my favorites, is A Walk to Remember. Even though I cry like a baby every single time that I see it, that movie is just really hard for me to watch. Only thing that I cannot get into, like no matter how hard I try, is like Game of Thrones types of shows and stuff like that. I really can't do that type of show or that type of setting, like medieval times or like dragons and stuff like that. Like not my thing at all. So next question, what did you do before becoming a stay-at-home mom? I kind of went over that in the first question. Next question, do profits from YouTube fund your perfume purchases completely, or is it a combo of that company, PR, being gifted fragrances, etc.? Always curious how everyone affords this expensive hobby. It's definitely an expensive hobby. When I first started, the channel did not fund it because I was just starting, so I wasn't making anything out of it. But at the moment, whatever I make from YouTube, I definitely put it right back into products that I can review for you guys and new fragrances. It definitely is coming out of what I make on YouTube. Next question is, what is your favorite dessert? Not really. They told me, the comment said, I love sweets and I want to know. So I'm actually not the biggest, like I don't have the biggest sweet tooth. I'm actually more of like a salty and like sour. I have very weird like snack preferences. Like I was raised in Chicago, so I love Mexican candy, like spicy candies. That is like my jam. If you have some of that, I can't turn that down. But when it comes to like cake and ice cream and all those things, I'm definitely not. I'll have it once in a while. If I had to choose like a favorite dessert sweet wise, I think it would be cheesecake. Not really into cake or ice cream or anything like that, but cheesecake, I have always loved cheesecake. So that would probably be it. And I really, really like flan and tres leches, which is Hispanic desserts. I really, really enjoy those. Next question is, what is it like being a military wife? Do you enjoy living in various locations, or is it tough to uproot and start over in a new place? I would say that it's always tough in the beginning. Every time that we have moved from one place to another, it's kind of like a shock and it takes me out of my comfort zone. And I do have a little bit of anxiety with things like that. So in a way, it has helped me to just come out of my shell, because I'm the type of person that I love routine. I love the same thing. Don't take me out of my comfort box. And that's not really good for us as humans. It's good for us to challenge ourselves, to grow, to try new things. So at the beginning, I say that I struggled way more than I do now. Now I kind of I get excited when it's time to move. I get excited to get to know a new place. So it definitely gets easier with time. I never pictured myself being a military wife, but I'm like totally happy and I'm used to the lifestyle already. And yeah, my husband has been in the military already 10 years. So it's pretty much like what we know. And I've been with him for 7 of those years. So we're pretty much used to it. I think when he gets out, we're probably gonna feel a little bit weird actually, because we're just not used to that. So next question, if you had to pick one house to wear perfume from for the rest of your life, which would it be? You guys kill me with those if you had to questions. Guerlain, probably, maybe, let's see. Or Lancome, because Lancome fragrances tend to last really long on my skin. So I would probably go with that, but thank God that I don't have to choose because I want to try it all. Next question. Favorite color, I already answered. Favorite food, I answered. If you had to describe yourself with 3 words, adjectives, what would they be? So I would say loving, very empathetic. So empathetic would be definitely in my like something that I would describe myself with, loving and determined. So I think those 3 would be it. Question. As a person who fragrances don't last at all in your skin, especially in hot humid weather, what are those fragrances that actually last a long time on you? I'm actually going to be doing a video on that, so stay tuned because I have been doing a list of fragrances that last a really long time on me. What is your favorite place to be? I would definitely say my favorite place to be is my home with my kids. It's just where I feel myself with my kids and my husband, definitely. How do you balance your finances with a growing beauty YouTube channel and the little ones at the moment? So definitely, I would say that the way that you balance that is that no matter what we have going on in our life, and by we, I mean me and my husband, we always make sure that bills are paid first before any pleasure or anything like that. Yeah, before we indulge in any pleasures or anything that we like for ourselves, everything like groceries, the bills, everything has to be paid because I feel like we have to have priorities in life. So we always just make sure that those things are taken care of. And then after that, whatever I make from YouTube, if there's nothing to take care of after that, then we go ahead and we kind of just do whatever we would like to do when it comes to fragrance or anything like that. Does your mom or sisters also have a love for fragrances as you do? And does your husband have a big cologne collection too? I don't really have any siblings that are into fragrances like the way that I am. Yeah, I don't really know anyone in my family who's into fragrances like that, but my mom is the one that I did kind of get my love for perfumes from. So my mom is the one who I always saw her with perfumes, and it's always been kind of like her guilty pleasure. Like she loves trying new perfumes, and she always had like a wish list of a new perfume that she wanted to try. So my mom definitely loves fragrances. And my brother is really into colognes as well. He always smells so good. So he's into that as well. What am I doing? I'm like so lost. Okay. And then my husband, he only had 2 when I got with him. But at the moment, he has, I would say about close to 10 colognes. I did like a little tray for him in our room, and he has like his own little tray with colognes, but I'm mainly the one that just gives them to him. So if I find a fragrance that I want him to try, he doesn't really care if I buy them for him. I mean, of course he has to like them, but he doesn't mind wearing cologne like that I like. So yeah, but he's not really like obsessed with fragrance or anything like that. I'm the crazy one in the house with the crazy perfume collection. You guys, I feel like my makeup is just turning out a little bit crazy because I clearly cannot multitask. Like, what am I doing with myself? I did have a question that I wanted to kind of touch on, and it was because in my recent vlog I was talking about how my hair gets a little bit frizzy and that I can't manage it. So someone left a question on here, and it said, I just watched a snippet of your latest vlog on your other channel. Towards the beginning, you stating that your hair doesn't look right curly or straight, it's hard to manage, and that you just got something similar to a keratin treatment to keep frizz away. Do you ever worry that your beautiful girls may internalize those same sentiments about their own beautiful hair? And that question is a good question. And it really made me think as well, because at first I was like, you know, why would my daughters feel that way? Because I want them, and I always tell them to love themselves no matter what. To, you know, I would never want to change anything about them. That's just the way I prefer my hair. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that that their hair isn't beautiful or anything. Because honestly, sometimes I look at pictures of my hair when I was a little girl and my curls, and I kind of wish that I didn't do anything to my hair. And like, I would love to see how my hair would look natural. I'm just not brave enough to do the big chop and start like with my natural hair. But that doesn't mean that I don't think it's beautiful. I think that every hair type is beautiful. There's just so many different types of beautiful hair. And I feel like whoever, as an individual, whatever you feel best with is what you should be rocking. Whether that is your natural hair, if you want to straighten your hair, whatever you feel happy with, that's what you should do. And that's what I will always tell my daughters as well. Like, just because I like my hair straight does not mean that their hair needs to be straight or that their hair is not beautiful. Because I celebrate my daughter's curls, and it's just something that I will always do because I genuinely think that their hair is gorgeous, and I love curls. I get super excited every time that I would give birth to one of them. My oldest has more like wavy hair, thick wavy hair, and then my middle daughter probably has the curliest out of all three, but the thinnest out of all three. And then my last baby has like very softer curls. They're not very tight. Like my natural curls are very, very tight. So they all came out with different hair, and I will forever just love each one of their hairs. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna do these last few things and we are done. All right, you guys, so I am done with my makeup, done with the questions. I want to thank you guys so much for those of you who left your questions. If I forgot to answer one or two, I was kind of like just trying to hurry up and not make this video super long. I want to thank you guys so much for asking questions. I hope that you guys got to know me a little bit better. And yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Comment down below, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.